Enhancing the look of a form. In this chapter, we explore an additional enhancement to the form design. We apply these enhancements to all the controls in the form after opening it in the Design view. To open the form in Design view and select all the controls, right-click on the form categories. Click on the Design View submenu. The form is now opened in Design view. Click in the empty space in the form. Click on the Select All button in the Controls group. This selects all the controls in the form for further formatting. Now, to ensure that all the contents are in bold, click the B button in the Font group. Immediately, Access updates the form. Similarly, you can add the font features, italics and underline to the controls. The Controls group has options to let the line thickness and type for all the controls in the form, as well as apply special effects for the controls for better visibility. For effecting the above, click on Line Thickness and choose 3-point for the controls. Click on Line Type and change the line type to dashes. Access 2007 immediately updates the form. To apply the special effect Shadowed, select Special Effect and choose Special Effect Shadowed from the available options. You can change to any of the available options listed. We have covered most of the required formatting options which enhance the look of a form. Now we go on to explore the properties of the form and the controls. Form properties. The form itself has a number of properties that can be used to control its appearance and how it works. We discuss the major ones now. In order to view the form properties, the form has to be selected. For this, click the top left corner on the form. Upon clicking, a square bullet appears as seen on screen. Now the property sheet displays the form's properties. Now let us explore the major properties. To make the form modal, simply set the modal property to Yes. This ensures that only this form is displayed. You will not be able to open or view any of the other objects. To change the form's caption, click the Caption property and enter Category Details. If you don't want the navigation buttons, simply set the Navigation Buttons property to No, and Access 2007 removes them when viewing the form in the Forms view. If you don't want the Close button, simply set the Close button property to No. Similarly, property values are available for the Min and Max buttons as well. You can see them on screen. Explore these options at your own ease. The following 4 properties determine whether Access 2007 allows new additions, modifications, or deletions to the underlying data. Allow additions if set to Yes, which is the default. It then ensures that the user can enter new data using the form to the underlying table. Allow deletion, when set to No, ensures that no data can be deleted from the underlying table using the form. Allow edits, when set to No, makes the form read-only. This means that the data on the form cannot be edited by only can be viewed. By setting the navigation buttons to Yes and all the above properties to No, one ensures that the form only displays data and no edits. Deletion or modification can be performed using the form to the data present in the underlying table. We have now seen some major properties of the form. Next, we are going to look at the properties of the controls. Control properties. Here we are going to look at some of the important properties for controls. For viewing the control properties, the form has to be opened in Design View. I am not repeating the steps for this again, so we directly move to the properties. In the Design View of the categories form, select the Category Product Count field by clicking it. Now the property sheet displays the properties of the control. The Format property determines whether the numeric display type. Click on the drop-down. You should now see the following: General Number, Currency, Euro, Fixed, Standard, Percent, and Scientific. Ours is just a general number, so just choose that. Since it is a count, decimal places are not required. Hence, change the Decimal Places property from the default Auto to 0 by clicking the drop-down. The property Show Date Picker determines whether or not to display the Date Picker control for accepting date or time inputs. The default value for the property is 4 dates. The Format property has the following value for date-time fields: long date, medium date, short date, long time, short time, and medium time. You are now seeing the various format options on screen. It's up to one's prudence to decide the best formatting option for any control. Standard formatting like that of bold, italics, underline, font, font size, font color can be applied to any of the control. All of these options are available as part of the font group. If you would like to display a default value for the control, then enter that value to the property Default Value. This ensures that every time the control is loaded with the default value specified. The Enabled and Locked properties determine whether the control is enabled or disabled. A No to both informs access to disable the control completely. A Yes to both ensures that no data edits can be performed. Again, as in the previous case, we don't save any changes to the form. Hence the form is just closed. We have now seen some of the most important properties of controls. We now move on to learn some of the more advanced features in forms, like that of displaying data from multiple tables and creation of subforms, and so on.